All right, so welcome to the Panic Button, everyone. I'm Nina.
Ready for your cringe discount, Dylan Mulvaney?
Yeah.
That's what we got today. I'm Jesse, and I'm not excited about this.
So, we've always said that the gender identity activists are the most homophobic of around. They claim to stand for LGBTQ, but really they don't at all. And this is just another not surprising example. So, here we go.
I had a lot of thoughts on whether that guy from last night actually was straight, and I have thoughts too. Not to defend straight men, but a lot of them understand that trans women are women, so being attracted to me doesn't challenge their understanding of their sexuality. And a lot of trans women find it
I'm sorry, but there is nothing sexually attractive to me about a woman who has a 5 o'clock shadow and a chin that looks like American Dad.
I thought he said he was non-binary. Now he's going like full I'm a woman.
Are you surprised?
First of all, if you're a woman, you don't need to convince anyone that you're a woman. So obviously by you trying to explain it, it means that you know you're not a woman. So I don't know why you're trying to convince anyone else.
If you have to explain why it's not gay, it's
gay.
Probably gay.
affirming that straight men see us as women and are attracted to us for it. To put it bluntly, just because a guy's sucking my dick, it doesn't mean that he's gay. I've been with a lot of straight men that do it because it's a way that they pleasure the woman that's in front of them. But they wouldn't do it for a gay boy because they're not attracted to men.
So you're just a homophobe. That's what you are. You're just a homophobic piece of garbage.
You're also mislabeling things. Mm-hmm. Calling it a gay boy is weird.
Yeah, it is really weird. Very suspicious. Maybe someone should be checking your hard drive.
I'm just saying, and if not, then you might want to check your language because that's a weird way to put it.
Very weird.
So you're a gay woman.
Freudian slip. Freudian slip. Gay woman.
Right. That's why I made those sounds, because that's what he's a woman, but gay men are boys. You're infantilizing men.
Yeah.
You think you're more grown than these gay boys.
Yeah.
At the very least. If it's not a check the hard drive situation.
Someone needs to call Chris Hansen. Someone needs to call Chris Hansen on this guy.
It's like degrading men for being gay.
Yeah.
It's calling them children, essentially.
He's also internalized homophobia going on right here.
Yeah, it's not a good look. And honestly, if you guys want to say that he's pleasing a woman in your bedroom, you guys are allowed to say that in your bedroom. That does not make it true.
No.
It's called roleplay, guys. It's called roleplay. You're pretending to be something you're not.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. But they're claiming that it's real and not role-playing.
But it is just roleplay. If you have any interest, the people who dress up like teachers or whatever, that's roleplay. They're not actually a teacher.
Or a librarian.
They're not actually librarians.
Or a dog.
All those videos you watch on the Hub, those aren't actual teachers or actual, plumbers. You know what I mean?
Right. It's the fantasy.
It's a role play situation. And I'm not knocking that you and this man had consensual role play sex, but it doesn't make it any less of a role play.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes down to it, guys who are claiming to be straight are just fetishizing these gay men like him who thinks they're women in order to have their own sexual experience.
Risk-free in their head, too, because they can't get pregnant.
And then they'll go back to their wife or their girlfriend because that's what straight men have been doing for a very, very long time. Not all of them, but some. And this guy doesn't want to feel like he's being fetishized, so he's just thinking this is a normal, consensual, straight relationship.
And the ones that view you as an actual woman are actually internally homophobic.
Yeah, just like you.
Because they can't handle the thought of them possibly being gay while they're banging you with a wiggly wang in front of them.
Yeah. I mean, the whole sentence that he said there about, yeah.
How it's pleasing a woman even.
It's just the most retarded. I mean, when it really comes down to is the low IQ is very evident in this video.
I'm sorry. I've never had my uvula tickled while pleasuring a woman, so I don't think it's the same thing.
If you have a prostate, you're not a woman. If you have a penis, you're not a woman. If you think that you're a woman and you're having gay sex with a man, you're a gay guy.
If you are a man who thinks you're straight and you got something in your throat that's another person's, then you're probably not straight. Because I don't know a single part of a woman besides her fingers that can go down your throat.
A foot?
You know what I'm saying.
I'm just
If the
trying to
belt
think of it.
region is in your throat, then you're not with the woman.
Yeah, but I mean, it's really funny that they actually think they're convincing people, when really they're just like looking in the mirror trying to convince themselves. This guy
sorry.
is just a homophobic gay guy.
Just because
That's
you're
it.
having sex with sexually promiscuous guys doesn't invalidate or validate what is a woman or what isn't a woman. A man having sex with you just proves that a man will have sex with you. It doesn't prove that he's gay, straight, otherwise. And that goes
Yeah.
for anyone. Him specifically, this person specifically, a man having sex with you and then saying he's only interested in women, that's a homophobic man, internally homophobic man, who can't bring himself to say that maybe he's a little gay. But he's obviously a little gay. Because like I said, if there's any belt region down your throat, then that's not a woman.
No.
You're not pleasuring a woman by putting her belt region down your throat.
And you know what? Women don't have to convince other people that they're women. Like I said earlier, if you have to do it, you're not a woman.
Sexual acts don't define sexualities, and nor do genitalia. I think some of these comments were not really meant to challenge his sexuality so much as they were to discredit my womanhood. It's not appropriate for you or me to define somebody else's sexuality or their gender. Where this gets complicated is somebody else might have those
Actually, yeah, because we have
Wait,
laws.
it wasn't complicated before.
We have laws for gay people and our rights. So you're pretty much trying to say that like gay doesn't exist. It only exists in the minds of the people who are doing the sexual acts, regardless if they're gay or straight. Is that what I'm hearing from this retard? I think I am.
Well, the thing is, these people, the trans women, brag about how they hooked up with a straight man.
They tricked them.
And the whole comment that he's replying to is saying that, because we didn't read it, I'll read it. If you're hooking up with a straight man, they aren't all the way straight. And you know what? That's the least hateful way to say it, honestly. That is probably the least hateful way to say it. They're not saying he isn't straight. They're saying that he's not all the way straight. He's at least a little bi. Because I'm sorry, if you're willing to glug, glug, glug on something like that, then you must, to some degree, enjoy it, which means you enjoy having homosexual sex.
This ideology that this guy has is incredibly regressive to the gays, the lesbians, even the bis.
In a different world, in a different mindset, you're convincing people to just transition men, gay boys, like you said, because they're not supposed to be like that.
You're trying to make trans and gay like the same thing. Like, because trans is in the person's head. They're trying to say that the idea of being a woman in this guy's head is the same as the idea of being gay in a gay guy's head. But that's not true. You're only gay if you are attracted to someone of the same sex, whether you're physically intimate or not. Being physically intimate with someone of the same sex because you're attracted to them and because they're the only person you could fall in love with, that makes you gay. But it's not just in your head. Also, physical actions prove that you are gay. But that's different with the whole trans thing. So the whole trans thing is you're pretending. You're pretending to be something different. Gay is not pretending to be gay. You're just gay. Trans is pretending to be something that you're not, or infiltrating something that you're not. It's in your head. That's completely different than being gay. And you're trying to make the two the same. And it's not the same. You're just retarded.
They're not trying to make gay the same anymore. They already won that.
They won what?
The gays. They already took over gay. They won gay. Trans is now more important than gay. They are currently trying to co-opt straight. They're currently trying to say, I'm not gay, I am straight. That's why you can't come after me. They have already finished with gay. These people,
So
gay is beneath them.
Okay, so then they'll be okay if gay marriage goes away, right? Because they won't have
In
that
their
issue,
head,
right?
in their head, yes. That's what I was
Because
trying to say from the
reality
get.
doesn't dictate anything.
No, because my reality says I'm a woman.
So
In
that
their
law
head.
won't matter then.
Exactly.
It won't matter
what
at
they're
all,
trying
right?
to do is trying to get rid of anything to do with gay because they don't want to be gay. They want to be straight. They want to be perceived as straight. Gay is disgusting to them. That's where the homophobic comes in.
Mm-hmm.
They are done with being called gay boy.
Oh, okay.
They want to be called straight woman because
Mm-hmm.
that's less degrading than gay boy.
So if gay marriage is overturned, then because he thinks he's straight, he can go and marry another man, right? And the law will will only abide by his reality and not by the reality? Is that what I'm hearing?
Hypothetically, yeah. They have no need for us anymore besides optics.
We took on the crazies, and now they're going to sink the boat.
Yeah.
It's what's happening.
And since we weren't enough, now they're moving on to straight people.
Oh, well, I wonder how that's going to work out.
Because at the end of the day, guess what? You chose the worst kind of group to want to hang on to. There are people who will still get hate occasionally. People still call them queers and fags in a non-loving way.
Yeah.
So they want to be perceived as a woman because at that point, then they can't be touched. Little gay boy over here can't get touched.
What do you mean?
Legally and like in a physical setting, a man can't punch gay boy because gay boy's a woman.
But they don't understand that, like, other people don't see the world and them the way that they see them. So it doesn't matter what they think of a guy.
It down the throat of the world.
Yeah, but only like the radical left and the easy to manipulate people are going to abide by it. But if a dude sees him in a bar and wants to punch him, he ain't going to think, oh, that's a woman, I have to abide by his reality. No, he's abiding by his own reality and he's going to punch him in the face. So it doesn't matter.
I know, but to them, they think it does. To them, they think it changes something.
Until reality hits them in the face.
Yeah.
And then they'll have a bruise that they don't identify as a bruise.
I'd just be careful if you're seeking out straight boys, because straight boys get mad when they don't realize you're not what they expected.
Yeah, except for this guy's not fooling anybody.
No. I'm just saying in general, like general advice to
This
people.
guy couldn't even fool the most plastered, like off his rocker,
A 5 o'clock shadow would definitely
crazy drunk guy would still see this guy as a guy.
Yeah, a little gay boy. Sorry, man.
An arrogant gay man.
I use gay boy because I think he thinks it's derogatory, and I'm sure he's been
He's no
called it.
better than Milo Yiannopoulos.
I'm sure he's been
point.
called it many times in his life, and that's why he uses it the way he does.
Yeah, you ain't straight nothing.
He resents it because he doesn't want to be perceived as a boy.
Same experiences and attractions, but consider themselves bisexual or pansexual or heteroflexible is a big one these days. Who am I to put you in a box? Who am I to say that our limited sexuality nomenclature somehow defines the entire breadth of human experience? But on a personal level, it is complicated for me. Is my body being used as a scapegoat for somebody's closeted queerness? Is loving someone who's transgender inherently a queer act, especially when you consider the history of criminalizing same-sex attraction? Is anyone actually straight? And I ask myself a lot, what matters more, the label or how this person treats me? If he understands what is required of him to be with a trans woman and I feel good, does it matter what the label is? Does it?
Laws matter, and labels matter to those laws. Clear definitions matter when it comes to those laws. So you can call whatever you want to call whatever. But when it comes down to it, a law is based in reality. If you do something illegal, you get arrested. If gay marriage gets overturned, you can no longer get married in states that don't want it. Regardless of who you think you are, heterosexual woman, you ain't getting married. You ain't getting married in Texas. Florida. So definitions do matter, and reality does matter, regardless of what crazy ideas you have in your head or crazy definitions. The majority of people are going to see you as a crazy, arrogant gay man.
When you pause your TV, time doesn't stop. When you go to bed, the world keeps turning. Some people go to start their shift. Some people come home. The point I'm making with that is that just because you experience one thing does not make it true to the whole world. Just because you feel one way doesn't make it true to the whole world. You can live however you really choose to live, as long as you're not hurting anyone and you're acting legally. The bigger issue comes in when you insist on forcing that down other people's throats. If you say the TV is paused, the whole world has to stop. Number one, it's inefficient. Number two, it's unrealistic. And the same can be said about what you're doing here. It's inefficient for you and the other person. You're not going to find the person you're looking for, and you're not going to find the person who's going to accept you when you keep finding people who clearly don't want to be with you or don't want to be with the person you are. And you can keep pretending. Because that's okay as long as you have two consenting parties. But you can't pretend all the way to the doctor's office. You can't pretend and then pretend to give him a baby, because that's just not going to happen. We are a very open society. You're closing it. Every single time you guys open your mouths, it's just going to shut the door a little bit more, until nobody wants to hear anything anyone has to say. We're going back to the 1950s.
They're going to see you and say, I don't want to hear what you have to say because you're crazy or because you're disgusting.
Or because I've seen enough people like you and I've heard what they have to say.
I'm just going to assume that you're like every narcissistic piece of crap trans person.
And you're excusing the biases that you say you hate, that the preconceived notions, because you guys have to keep opening those traps.
People are going to assume that you are just another egocentric, narcissistic person in the LGBTQ who wants nothing more than to control other people. People are going to just assume it based on how you look, based on you and people like you and what you have done thus far and what you've said and tried to push for and force thus far. You're breeding nothing more than hatred towards your own community, and you're too narcissistic to even see it.
And you're killing your dating options, man. One by one, they drop like flies. Because the people that would want to be with a trans woman don't want to be with a trans woman. I'm going to back up real quick. How hard is it to say a man sucking my dick is a little fruity? How hard is it to say?
What's wrong with it? It's not hard to say.
And what's so wrong about saying that is a homosexual act? Mm-hmm. When we're intimate, it's a homosexual act.
But we're not pretending like you are pretending.
And if there's any degree of pretending, it's consensual adult pretending. We don't carry it on through the day with us. What we do in the bedroom stays in the bedroom.
Yeah. See, we used to pretend to be straight because people would hate us or shun us or slap us.
I was gonna say, I got hit.
But this guy is pretending to be straight just in order to be a controlling piece of crap.
For privilege.
To feel like he's better than everyone else. That's what it's about. We're just going back in time. We're regressing. And with his help and other people like him, we'll lose gay marriage and we'll lose everything, all of our rights. I mean, that's to the extreme.
I mean, to the extreme of what they want. One of us would have to transition.
But when it comes down to it, this is going to do nothing more than breed more hatred towards his own community.
And if, like I said, if they get what they ultimately want, then people like you and me would be like, oh, which one of you wears the pants? Okay, now you got to get the surgery.
Yeah.
No, you don't agree? In his world, he wouldn't trans us?
In his world, he would trans children. In his world, he would make it legal to be with minors. In his world, I think most people would want to commit suicide at that point.
Yes.
Because it would be a very destructive world.
And he'd see a lesbian couple and say, oh, no. One of you has to be the man.
Yeah, he's no better than a very radical evangelical Christian who hates gays. He's no better. He's completely on their level.
So like, comment, and subscribe.
Join our memberships to keep this channel going, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye. Happy New Year.
Cry